Hello, my beautiful and talented people. Thank you to everybody who's been liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and booking readings. I really appreciate you all. Thank you so much for watching, subscribing, commenting, booking readings. It all matters. And as a thank you, I am going to be doing a giveaway once I reach 10,000 subscribers. So just be subscribed and comment, and you are in the running for that. I will be giving away 2 free readings again. So today we're asking what makes you attractive. We have pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. Take a moment, figure out which one feels right for you. We're going to move on to our gorgeous pile number 1. So, oh, graceful as always. So, pile number 1, my gorgeous angels. What makes you attractive? What makes you attractive? We have Queen of Cups. You are somebody that is very loving, very emotionally open. You may have a lot of very feminine aspects. Knight of Cups. Yeah, you're a very caring person. We have the Page of Swords. And we have the 7 of Swords. Okay. You are this loving, very kind, very attractive person. However, I feel like you do kind of need to have your eye out for people who aren't the same way, aren't as caring, aren't as loving as you. Because there are occasionally, you might run into people who are not generous, who do have their own agenda. Because I'm not getting that I'm not getting that you're somebody that, takes advantage of people. But I think that you do need, because you are so loving, because you are so, all this loving energy, all this sweetness, all this kindness, all this offering of emotions, you do need to be aware that some people will try to take advantage of that. So we've got the 7 of Swords, the Ace of Swords. So you are super attractive. I think that you are attractive to a lot of people, but you have to be particularly aware of who is not coming in with good intentions towards you. And I think that there is a little bit of advice to be willing to cut off those situations, be having a standard of integrity for the people in your life. Because there might be an aspect, like there's nothing wrong with being emotionally open and kind and loving, but there is a need to occasionally have boundaries and standards. So male, female, however you identify, you are somebody that is incredibly emotionally giving, and that is something that is very attractive, not just to these people, but I do think that you need to be aware and you need to be looking, because unfortunately I feel like you are so giving that if you are giving to the wrong person, you will become depleted. Clarity on the Knight of Cups and the Queen of Wands. So you are both very emotionally attractive and loving, as well as physically, hot, spicy. So you have a lot of attractiveness. I think that where you need to deal with is making sure that you're not putting your energy towards somebody who will simply deplete you. Because just because you're worthy doesn't mean that everybody you're going to run across is worthy. We have the 9 of Swords. We have anxieties, fears, Now, this could be your anxieties and fears, but I feel like, again, I feel like you're a person with a lot of compassion. And I feel like you also may want to, like, be this balm, be this healer for people who have a lot of fears and a lot of anxieties. I do think that you need to have a policy where, where if somebody doesn't demonstrate behavior that's full of integrity and honesty and clarity, I think that, like, you can have compassion from a distance. I think that you are an extremely compassionate person, but I feel like you can have compassion for from a distance, so that you aren't in a place where you're not getting your own needs met because you're trying to fulfill somebody else's fears and anxieties. Unfortunately, you can't care somebody out of their own fears and anxieties. Clarity. What makes you attractive? Yeah, you're an incredibly healing person. You're somebody that offers a lot of peace. You're somebody that, your energy is a wonderful thing to be around. We have the Five of Pentacles. So now the Five of Pentacles has come up twice. I feel like you've been in a lot of situations where your needs have not been met. When your basic needs are not being met. So I feel like that is why you're being asked to, like, clearly assess the situations you get into, clearly assess whether you're dealing with somebody with strong standards of their own behavior. Clarity on the Five of Pentacles, Five of Swords. It's just because not everybody is as good of a person as you are. So you are a little bit vulnerable to people that don't necessarily have your best interest at heart. Maybe because you see, the fears in them and have a great deal of compassion for that. And again, sometimes compassion can be done at a distance, because there is a big difference between being somebody that's just, an incredibly loving person and having some kind of good balance within your relationships, and there can be, I think that there is a need for you not to be self-sacrificing to a point in which your needs are just not getting met. Because no matter, like, there needs to be more balance here. What makes you attractive? We've got the Seven of Cups. I think that you have a lot of options. Again, you are somebody that is emotionally very giving. You are somebody that is physically very attractive. You have a lot of options. I think the problem is you need to be discerning about the options that you take. So this is a self-discovery journey. So, because, the right options are people who will build something better with you, not, just take from you. So, you're an incredibly giving person, and sometimes you attract people who are just takers. They're just not going to give back. They're just takers. But that's not the only people that you attract. And there is a need for you to consider what's going on inside of you so that you make the right decision. Because you're not, these are not the only people that you attract. Because ultimately, that's going to lead to the right offer of love coming to you, the same kind of love coming back to you as you are putting out in this world. So, what makes you attractive? What makes you attractive? When you speak to yourself, make it words of kindness and beauty. I feel like you're an incredibly kind and loving person to other people. I feel like it's very important that you are as kind and loving to yourself. Because if you are not, it does open up yourself to people who you're out of your way to be kind and loving. We've got 11 on the counter right there, but, may not be as loving, may be very, very selfish. These are very, very selfish cards, and this is a place where, you're not getting your needs met. Because the scales can be balanced. You can have harmony in your relationships. But I think that there is a need for you to be as kind to yourself as you are to other people. We've got liberation. The doubts and fears still come up. You don't believe anymore that they're you. I feel like whether you have liberated yourself or whether you are going to liberate yourself, I think that especially on top of the 5 of Swords and the 5 of Pentacles, I feel like there's going to be an opportunity for you to liberate yourself from a cycle of not getting your needs met, of believing that because somebody did something awful to you that you in some way deserved it. Sometimes people just do awful things because they're awful people. Does it mean that they're hopeless people? Does it mean that they can't do better? They're capable of better, but that is up to them and not up to you. And I feel like there's some kind of liberation that is going to help you make better choices regarding who you allow to be close to you. Because again, you are just as deserving of kindness and love and the kind of sweetness that you offer as the most loved person you have in your life. Alien, accept that you are an unrepeatable, spectacular phenomenon. Look, even the people who mistreated you are not going to ever have an opportunity with somebody as spectacular as you. You are special. You are unrepeatable. You are somebody. People don't need to appreciate something truly amazing for it to be truly amazing. And I feel like you have options that will appreciate you, that will see this amazing thing that only you are capable of. Cleansing, Sedna. So I feel like there is going to be some kind of liberation for you. And I feel like you're already this, like your strength is in your emotions, but it's also in your fire. It's also in your passion. And I feel like there are a lot of people who are attracted to you because you are this incredibly giving, incredibly, emotionally healing person. But everybody's personal healing is up to them. Like, we can be supportive in their healing. We cannot do someone else's healing. So I feel like you're going to go through some kind of cleansing in your life. Maybe where you're going to have some kind of new beginning, where you have some kind of really clear boundaries. And I feel like it's going to liberate you from really selfish people that aren't going to meet your needs. So we have the Six of Cups and we have the Star. So the Six of Cups is love and sweetness and kindness, and that being something that is being given in a balanced way. And we have wish fulfillment with the Star. So I get the impression that you want to be loved like you love. You want to receive that, which, you know, is absolutely valid. And I feel like there is some kind of wish fulfillment with you, for you, after there is some cleansing. So I feel like there is something that you're going to do potentially to free yourself from relationships that aren't fulfilling to you, because they're not, because there's an energy of maybe somebody that's not as giving as you, that's maybe taking advantage of the kindness that you offer. Not everybody will do that, but there is the part of you that needs to heal from that. And also just, you know, when you see that somebody does not act with good character, take action on that. So I feel like part of this is, I feel like you're an incredibly attractive person, but I think that you need to be more discerning about your options. Because you do have options. And your options are not exclusively people who are very selfish and who don't give you what you deserve. Like, that's not your only option. So if you are accepting that, you, again with the Hermit, you may have to look inside yourself and ask yourself why you're accepting that. But I see much, you know, wish fulfillment and, you know, and really, you know, kind and loving relationships for you. But there is a need to discern what is the right relationship for that. So I hope that helped. If you do, I don't know if I picked some charms, so I'm going to go do that. So we have appreciation. We have nurturing. I feel like there's a need to nurture, you know, the relationships that show you appreciation. And I think that there is also an importance in receiving nurture. We have the letter D. That didn't show up really well. We had the red hat. So I feel like there's a lot of reasons for you to be confident. I mean, maybe not everybody's behavior towards you, but I feel like you're responsible for your behavior. You're not responsible for another person's behavior towards you. And we have the Ace of Pentacles. So a new beginning that is steady and stable. And we have the Turtle. So slow and steady wins the race. So you're an incredibly attractive person. You have a lot of options. But you need to be more discerning about the people that you let be close to you. So I hope that this helps. Thank you so much. I deeply appreciate you. If you do want a free reading, I'm giving away 2 as soon as I hit 10,000 subscribers. So just be subscribed and comment, and you're in the running for that. Thank you so much. If you want to book with me, my email is in the description right below the timestamps. And thanks for, watching, liking, subscribing. Thanks. And it's time for my gorgeous pile number 2s. I had it up, but I don't remember which one it was. So I hope that this... So, excuse me, pile number 2. I apparently need to remember how to speak again. Pile number 2. What makes you attractive, pile number 2? We have the 9 of Pentacles, and we have the 7 of Wands. I feel like you're a very capable person. You're somebody that has your stuff together, brings a lot of value. You're somebody who will stand up for what's necessary. You are capable of standing on your own. We have the 10 of Wands. We have the Moon. I'm going to grab one more. We have the 7 of Swords. For some of you, you might be independent to the point where you may, where you might avoid relationships, or you may avoid, there could be some level of avoidance. For some of you, though, I feel like you're incredibly strong, but you also tend to carry loads that maybe you shouldn't. I mean, I think that there are some times when just because you are capable of carrying a burden, there's a need to question whether you should be carrying that burden. We do have the Moon, so I feel like you may come off as kind of mysterious. I feel like, again, I feel like there might be this aspect. You could be very intuitive, or there could be an aspect where you're not always super transparent in how you're feeling, in how I feel like there's a lot of real independence here, and I feel like, you may not be really you may not be in a place where, everybody knows exactly what's going on with you. We have the 7 of Swords, and we need to talk about the 7 of Swords, because the 7 of Swords can be the Thief card, it can be avoidance, or it could be that you might be kind of hyper independent because of not really being able to depend on other people. And we have the 7 of Cups. So I will say, like, this is still something that comes off as very attractive about you. And it does look like you have a lot of options that you could choose from. A lot of, there is a lot of interest. Clarity on the Moon, the 9 of Cups. So there are certainly people who see you as wish fulfillment. Again, 9 of Cups is about personal happiness. I feel like you do spend your time trying to work on your own personal happiness, work on your own personal security. Like you're doing a lot of, I heard the word impressive, and I feel like you are an impressive person. clarity on the 10 of Wands, 3 of Cups. I feel like you're also somebody that's really fun to be around. I think that you're fun to be around, but you probably hold on to a little bit too much. Clarity on the 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Wands. And while this is still attractive, I think that you might have a little bit of trouble letting people get close to you. And I think that you do because, you know, not everybody who's ever gotten close to you has been somebody that you could trust. Clarity on the 7 of Wands, 3 of Swords. So I think that you come off as very, very together. I think that you come off as somebody that is very, you know, like you're fun, you're responsible, you're a little bit mysterious. And you're also a little bit hard to get through to because you might be still dealing with some kind of heartbreak or pain. So it's not that people don't find you attractive for this. I feel like, if anything, it might make you seem more mysterious, more elusive. And I feel like there's definitely an attraction for that. There's definitely a, like, there are definitely people who want to make you some kind of offer. And I feel like you're discerning enough to know that not every offer is worth your time. But I feel like you might have trouble letting down the walls because there are maybe things that broke your heart that you're not fully ready to let go of. Again, it doesn't make you unattractive, not at all. What makes you attractive? Pile number 2. You are somebody that either you are on some kind of quest of mastery, or you're somebody that does really cooperate well with people, somebody that people could build with. Maybe people recognize that you've really got your stuff together and you really are somebody that they could build with. We've got the 6 of Swords, which is moving away from what is moving away from dramatic, painful situations. So the Fool. People don't see you as a fool, but I feel like you went through something. You went through something really painful, and you're having to make some kind of new beginning, and you don't necessarily know what that new beginning is, other than it's better than the pain that you have received. So I think that there is no lack of attractiveness here, but there is maybe needing to open the doors so the right offer can come in. Again, you don't need to open the door to everybody because, you know, not everybody's worthy of you. But there might be a need to open the door to somebody who is going to build something bigger and better with you. So one of the things that makes you attractive is it really does seem like, at least from the outside, like you don't need anybody. But part of that is you just not wanting to be dependent on people that, you know, in the past have shown you that, you know, they can't be depended on. So I feel like you have a little bit of a hard time letting people in. Honor the beauty in others. So I think that you are very capable of seeing the beauty in others. It just seems like maybe you're a little bit hypervigilant at this point. Cleansing Setna. And it does feel like maybe there is something cleaning that you are cleansing out of your life, something that you are moving forward emotionally from, something that no longer serves you, something that's going to move you towards calmer waters. Humility. Allow me, divine, to always accept the right assistance. I welcome your help in every way and delight in receiving it. As I said, you seem to be somebody that is hyper competent. And I feel like there is, again, nothing wrong with that, but I think that there is a need for you to accept help. And departed loved ones, you are loved more than you will ever know. I feel like something formative happened. I feel like, you know, it's hard to trust because you have honestly run across people that were like a bad idea to trust. But I think that there's a need to know that you are truly lovable. That, you know, not every interaction has to be pain. Because there is beauty in others. There is. And I think that you recognize that. But I think that, you know, your independence, your strength, your capability, those are all very attractive things. I think that you come off as very confident. And I think that you have reason to come off as very confident. Yeah, I feel like there are definitely people who want to give you the right offer. Something that, you know, can be stable, steady, last the test of time. Because you're the 9 of Pentacles. You yourself are stable. Maybe that is why it's a little hard to let people in, because you may not want people to have the opportunity to destabilize you. But there's an offer of stability, the right offer for the 9 of Pentacles. We have sadness. Let's talk about sadness. We have the 5 of Wands. So, sadness and conflict. I feel like maybe there's even an energy of not wanting to be sad. Like, you have done a lot of work. You have done a lot of things to be good by yourself. And yeah, I feel like this doesn't completely absolve you of any kind of sadness. And maybe, you know, I feel like maybe there are ancestors, departed loved ones who really love you. Or maybe I think that this is largely spirit just saying that you are loved and you are lovable. And we have the pie, which is about comfort. And so Ten of Swords. I think that you got hurt very badly. And I think that it makes it very hard for you to ask for help. Probably because you don't necessarily anticipate any kind of help coming. But I feel like you're an extremely attractive person. Like, you know, you have plenty of options, but I feel like you might have your trouble opening yourself up for those options. And it doesn't make you, this fell off, falling, drop into the deep end of your soul. So I think that people mostly see the very, very competent part of you, the very strong part of you. I'm not sure if most people see what made you that way. And there's nothing wrong with being hyper confident. I feel like you have the options. You are this person that has all of this strength and all of this, you know, all of this good things that you have brought into your own life and that you've brought into your own life. I mean, there's reasons why you should be confident. And people see that too. I think that a part of it, but it does feel like it's hard for you to let go of past pain, and it's hard for you to maybe let the select few who are worthy of your time also in. So I hope that this helps. If you do want a free reading, I'm going to give away 2 as soon as I hit 10,000 subscribers. Just be subscribed and comment, and you're in the running for that. I want to say thank you again to everybody who's been liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and booking readings. It all matters, and I really appreciate you. It's time for our gorgeous pile number 3s. Pile number 3, my gorgeous angels. What makes you attractive? What makes you attractive? We've got 7 of Wands. We have the 7 of Swords. We have the Death card. And we have the 2 of Swords. I feel like you are a very transformative person. I feel like you are somebody that... You're somebody that is a life-changing person to be around. I feel like you have set limits regarding, you know, people who, you know, because are you the 7 of Swords energy? No, I feel like you've really set limits about people who are dishonest, who are just about them. And you're actually, because you have done that, your light is shining much greater. Because you have done that, you're at the precipice of some kind of new beginning. Ending, new beginning, blessing. We've got the 7 of Wands, so I feel like you fight for what matters. 7 of Pentacles. And I feel like you seem to be very focused on investing in some kind of future. We've got the birds. That can be about communication, messages. Why is the birds there? Anything more on the birds? 2 of Swords. So we do have the 2 of Swords that have come out twice now. The 2 of Swords is about a decision that needs to be made and maybe a lack of mental clarity. I feel like you have made some kind of really big transition and change in your life. And again, it is moving towards you a new beginning in stability. It is moving you towards a new beginning of blessings. It is an investment in your future, but I feel like maybe it feels like there's still a lack of mental clarity, and there is some conflict because of that. Why is there some conflict? Because again, I think that you will fight for what matters. I didn't get the justice card, but I feel like you do have a strong sense of justice. Why is there a lack of clarity? Why is there maybe some kind of inner conflict? We have the Jack of Wands. The Jack of Wands can be going after what matters to you. But again, if you're not clear in your head, then, maybe you don't know what steps to take towards that. Or maybe you're conflicted about dealing with somebody that is very charming but inconsistent. Clarity on the Death card, because I feel like you've gone through some really big changes, really big transitions, and I feel like people are attracted to that. People, 10 of Wands. So we've got the 10 of Wands. I feel like you've ended something that has been a burden to you. I feel like it was something that inevitably was going to end. I feel like you're starting a new, steady, stable thing. I feel like maybe there is some admiration for you. We have the Heart and the Knight. I believe it's the Knight of Hearts. Let me double check. Knight of Hearts. Yes, it is. So I believe you have made some kind of significant change. Maybe you've had some kind of significant change of heart. But I think that people are able to recognize your heart. Clarity on the Heart. 6 of Wands. I feel like people want what you have. They want that magic that lets you make these changes for the better. They want the part of you that is moving towards success, that, has had or made some kind of change of heart, or made some kind of, or is letting your heart show clarity. Maybe you've just been through something really difficult and people, are impressed with how you've navigated it. I feel like you're taking steps towards a brand new, steady, stable beginning. I feel like you're thinking about your future. You're probably doing a lot of things that maybe you knew you needed to do, but now you're actually doing them. Some of you might be working out. Some of you might be looking after your health in different ways. Some of you are just, some of you are just, just maybe moving on to healthier actions with people. We've got 2 of Swords. We've got the 3 of Pentacles. I feel like one of the things that makes you attractive is that you're rebuilding things, that you're somebody that people could build something bigger and better with, that, people can see that you're making changes and having progress and moving towards success. And I feel like people want to be part of that energy. We have the, what are you scared of? Can it really hurt you? No, forget about it. I think that you're being courageous. And anytime you make a big transformation in your life, no matter how good it is for you, there is this fear factor. There is this part of you. It's simply human nature to like be somewhat resistant to it. But I feel like you are looking at like what are you scared of? What is holding you back? And if it's nothing, if there's nothing really truly holding you back, you're not letting yourself be held back. So we have the Two of Swords. Do other people not know how to think about you? I feel like maybe you're, maybe not everything is clear for you at this point in time. But I think that you definitely know what you don't want. And you're just not going to mess around with that kind of thing anymore. So, yeah, I get that you are impressive in that way, because whatever changes that you need to make, you're making them because you want happiness. We have release, another mermaid. I feel like you're releasing anything that's not serving you. Maybe even past behavior that didn't serve you. You're just deepening. Once you're on earth for enough lifetimes, your old soul will begin to long for non-grasping detachment and surrender. They bring the peace of God. So you're heading towards some kind of success. You're deepening who you are. You're making any of the changes that you need to make your life more fulfilling. And I feel like that's one of the things that makes you attractive. We have pluck the weeds and plant the seeds of your most meaningful expression. One of the things that makes you really attractive is you are getting your life together. You are figuring out what's worth investing in and what isn't. You're figuring out what is, whether what you fear can really hurt you, and if it can't and it's going to be beneficial for you, you're just making those changes. So I feel like you are impressive in the transformations that you make. You're impressive in the deepening that you are going to in your own life. And I feel like people are going to be attracted to you who want the same thing. Compassion. You are somebody who, again, with that heart is you're showing up with more compassion. You are quite possibly having more compassion for yourself as well as others. And we have the Nine of Wands and the Fox. Now the Fox can be clever, can be smart, can be trying to outsmart a situation, trying to be maybe too clever, but I feel like with the Nine of Wands, I think you're at a point where you're really discerning what is worth fighting for and what isn't. What is the best use of your time? I feel like what is attractive to you is like you're not wasting on time on things that aren't worthy of you anymore, and I feel like people can feel it. And what it is going to lead it to is more emotionally balanced, emotionally successful connections. Again, because if you need to make a change, you're making that change. You're clearing things out. You're releasing what doesn't serve. You're planting what needs to be planted for your future. You're, taking out the things that are going to harm you if you let them go. So everything is becoming more deep and transformational with you. And I feel like that adds to your attractiveness because you're like, people can see that you're getting your stuff together in a real way, in a way that will I feel like you're becoming the best version of yourself. And the people who are attracted to that best version of yourself are going to be even more attracted to you because, they're not going to just be making a bet on the potential of you, but they're going to be seeing all the things that, all the things that you need to grow at, you're growing at. So I feel like this is only going to deepen your relationships. It's going to bring more closeness in your connections. You're going to have more functional connections, be in a place where you can truly value yourself. There is some level of time. I feel like you're really taking control of yourself and your life. I feel like with time, I feel like you're starting to really respect the time that you have on this planet, on this earth. Maybe this has been a time for change. Maybe this change is, it's about time for this change, but you are making the changes. You are walking away from what is not fulfilling. I feel like you are moving into a greater knowledge of what's going on inside of you under the surface. And I feel like, like there's a little bit of an aspect of this is like there's a little bit of a Cinderella story, like coming out of something, moving on to it. So I feel like you're just slowly but surely building things in your life to be better. And I feel like people see that and people feel that and people are attracted to that. So what makes you attractive, pile number 4? So pile number 4, my gorgeous angels. What makes you attractive? What makes you attractive, pile number 4? We've got 6 of Wands. I started hearing the song, I always win, 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 no matter what. So, like, you are somebody that people admire, and you are coming to a place where you are winning, where you're having a new emotional beginning. You have some kind of discerning eye. We do have this 5 of Wands. This can be, maybe people competing for you. I don't think that that's necessarily the case. It's not necessarily not the case either, but I don't feel like that's what Spirit is trying to get me from this card. I feel like you have more inner conflict than what other people can see. Because I think that a lot of people see you as just highly confident, which is very attractive. And I feel like, you know, people want to offer you, you know, love and affection. I think that there is an aspect of you that might be conflicted. Ace of Swords. Because I think that you really care and really want the truth. You want clarity. Whatever new beginning you participate in, you do not want a lot of tomfoolery. You don't want a lot of conflict. I mean, getting close to people, you know, there inherently may be some conflict because we are not simply clones of each other. But I feel like you don't want to deal with dishonest people, that you don't want to deal with people who have bad character. That is something. So I feel like people are very impressed with you. People want to offer you affection, but I feel like you're trying to be extremely discerning. Nine of Swords. Because it looks like you might have some anxieties or fears related to people. Which, you know, again, maybe you're conflicted because you want a new beginning, but, you know, but maybe you have had reasons why, you know, people might cause you a lot of fear and anxiety. So we've got the Queen of Swords and the Bouquet. So I feel like you're not handling this badly. I feel like you are a little bit reticent of letting people close to you, but I feel like you're letting people who show you appreciation get a little bit closer to you. And it feels like people do want to offer you things. And for your own healing, you are being very discerning about the offer that you take. Because I feel like you are definitely attractive and people definitely want to offer you things. You just don't want to end up with the wrong offer. You don't want to end up accepting, you know, what is not going to deliver what you want out of a relationship. And it does look like you want to be respected, and you want people who deal with appreciation. Death. So you are also somebody who's gone through a lot of transformations. Again, you're definitely somebody who's going to be offered love. And people can see, people would want to receive your love. But I feel like you've gone through some really significant changes, some really big transformations in your life. King of Swords. And there is an energy, like you want somebody to match your energy. You want somebody to match your intelligence. You want somebody to match your communication. You want somebody that is going to be, and again, this is not necessarily a love reading, but I'm just getting like king and queen appreciation. I'm getting like there are some kind of offers that are going to be available to you. And, you know, maybe you're a little bit conflicted about the offers, but I think that you're, you know, because what you want is honesty, clarity, transparency. You know, you may want this, but it's like you need to just deal, like you need to deal with people who appreciate you, and you know you need to deal with people who appreciate you. And you do come off as super confident, and you should come off that way because you have done a huge amount of transforming and growing and I'm hearing like your deal breakers are really deal breakers. Like there's and when I say that, like we might all have deal breakers, but like your deal breakers are like something that you're like, I'm just gonna cut it off right there. It's like you're not gonna spend too much time wondering. So don't look back, you're not going that way. So I understand that you might be a little bit conflicted about taking some of the offers that you have been given or are going to be offered. And again, not every offer is maybe going to be worth taking, but you're not going back to whatever you are conflicted about. You're not going back to what has caused you to have maybe some anxiety regarding people, because you've already transformed. We have the shine. Yeah, and you, like, you're shining your light for everyone to see. You're being ultra confident. You're being somebody that, you know, has this special uniqueness, you know, that people want to be around your energy. We have the outrageous openness. Dear Lord, open me to your will and release me from my attachment. Surprise and delight me with your plan. You know what's needed, and I'm open to receive. So either you are at a place where you are, you know, fully open to receive what you deserve, or you're in a place where you're getting to a place where you're open so that the universe can give you what you truly deserve. But people are, you could also be very open-minded, very, very free personally. Wedding season tips, wines, flats, and no regrets. And I looked over and I had put I put it up, and it's like, walk your truth. I feel like you're walking your truth as a very authentic person. I feel like you're maybe a little bit conflicted about other people sometimes, but I feel like wedding tips, you know, no regrets. I feel like you're being able to move forward towards things that are very stable, where you don't have to have any regrets. I feel like you might be concerned that you could make the wrong choice, and, you know, that's quite possible, but I feel like you're not going to be going back to the same place as you were before. You have already made huge transformation and change. Like, the change has already happened. You're not mid-change. You are changed. And I feel like, you know, you're a very transforming person within yourself, but I feel like you're a very transformative person for other people. When I say that is because, like, people can see your growth, see your change, see your light, see your power. Angel, tap into your higher wisdom. And whatever transition, change, that you have made has only made you tap in greater to the divine, towards angels, towards what is true to your spirit. So I feel like people recognize your wisdom. People recognize your confidence. And I feel like you might be a little bit conflicted because of some kind of experiences that you had, but you're not going back to those experiences. Because the person that had those experiences is no longer the person that you are now. Self-care. So you may be still working on self-care. Maybe you have finally learned to care for yourself like the beautiful, wonderful, loving person that you are. And I feel like, you know, that is only adding to your attractiveness as well. You have the Four of Swords. So I feel like you've taken some time to pause, to contemplate, to heal. And again, you're not the same person who went through those same problems. You've made some kind of really, really significant change and transformation in your life. So I feel like people can feel all the work that you've put in, whether they consciously can or not. And, you know, you're shining your light, being open for the grace of the divine to come to you. And, you know, I feel like that is only attracting the right people to you. So honor the beauty in others. I feel like you're a kind person who sees the beauty in others, which is very attractive. But I feel like people are also recognizing that beauty within you. So, clarity, self-discovery and growth, and fun. So you are a wonderful combination of somebody that is fun to be around, somebody who is very self-realized, and somebody who has a lot of clarity. Yeah, so you're fun, you're spiritual, you've made really big transformations. You see things very clearly. I feel, and you've been building yourself up and doing whatever healing that you need to do. And people are attracted to this. You know that it's bringing you, making you open towards the kind of connections that the divine wants to give to you. Something that is loving, that's something, and you're coming off as very wise. So you may have had to release attachments, but, you know, surprise and delight me with your plan. You know, like you're open to receiving. You're open to receiving something that is in alignment with that transition, with that change, with that. So I feel like you come off as, you know, very wise, and you still have these inner conflicts. But mostly people are just seeing the light that you're shining. People are seeing the confidence in which you show yourself. People are seeing all the changes that you have made. People are seeing, you know, you being very forward focused on not holding yourself back, not letting other people hold you back. So I feel like you're very impressive, and you're also very attractive to other people who have also done a lot of self-realization. So I hope that this helps. I deeply appreciate you. If you do want a free reading, I'm giving away 2 as soon as I hit 10,000 subscribers. So just make sure that you are subscribed and you comment. And you're in the running for that. Thank you to everybody who's been liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and booking readings. It all matters. I really appreciate you all. Thank you very much.